But this actually makes more sense than James Robinson. As much as I like James Robinson, here's the thing. Robinson has a ton of flexibility. He's cheap and would have been a long-term thing. Now, I just listed a bunch of reasons why you should want Robinson. However, with the Rams concerned, the Rams' thought process, they wouldn't want Robinson. Here's why. Sony Michel is an expiring contract. One, they're going to get a guy that's going to work his tail off because he is in a contract year. But two, they believe in Cam Akers. They are going to fight tooth and nail to bring him back and make sure that, as long as he, makes it through this, this long, rigorous process, he is going to be the starting running back. I think that was made clear by this trade, is that they see him long term. But hear me out in a reason why they went after Sony Michel. Not for, the fact is that, he's running some big games, obviously scoring a touchdown against the Rams in the Super Bowl, but just, the fact he's had close to 3,000 total yards in his career. He has, familiarity with Thomas Brown, the Rams running back coach. It has nothing to do with that. I mean, it does. It has a lot to do with that. But I'm going to say something that maybe a lot of people aren't talking about. What if the Rams they absolutely wanted, like everyone keeps talking about Cam Akers and losing Cam Akers and how the offense doesn't work, right? Everyone keeps talking about how Darrell Henderson isn't Cam Akers. Everyone talks about how Darrell Henderson was drafted in the 3rd round, and then the next year the Rams went out and got a running back in the 2nd, so they don't like Darrell Henderson. But what if we're missing the big picture here? They like them in tandem. The Rams have been copying teams left and right, and that's not a bad thing. The league is a copycat league. So what if, and I'm not shocked because look at Jacob Harris. We talked about this. I feel like Jacob Harris was copying the trend, going out and getting a receiver/tight end hybrid, using him as a flex. You see the Falcons getting Pitts. You see Darren Waller, who's a converted wide receiver to tight end out of Georgia Tech. He didn't work with the Ravens, but he's working with the Raiders. So I think the Rams were copying that. But teams are starting to see, wow, Baker Mayfield is somewhat limited. But however, the Browns are very, very intriguing because the Browns run the ball harder than anybody else. They have Kareem Hunt, who's a top 12 running back, and they have potentially a top 5 running back in Nick Chubb. So my point here, and what I'm saying, is that maybe, just maybe, the Rams always planned on having a tandem between Cam Akers, a big bruising back, 5'11", 215, 220, around that can actually, punch you in the mouth, make you pay, while also going with the lightning strike, which would be Darrell Henderson, the guy that can, has the long speed, can be your change of pace, has ability in the receiving game, obviously can stay on the field because of his pass protection ability. So this actually hit my head on. And what it was this. Sony Michel is so similar to Cam Akers. If you really think about it, this is why they made the trade. They could have gone out and gotten Todd Gurley or Adrian Peterson or Duke Johnson, but none of which are similar in the stature, in the filled out, body structure, and what they do to the way Sony Michel emulates Cam Akers. So could I not make the argument the Rams wanted a guy who was the closest to Cam Akers so they could see what their offense could have looked like to a degree? Keep in mind, there is a little bit of drop-off here. I do think Akers is better than Sony Michel. I'm not saying that's not the case. But could we not make that argument that they just want to see how this goes? Because they want it to be close. They had a game plan. They had a thought process. Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson. I kept saying Darrell Henderson is not a true backup. He is going to be used a ton. And now, as you guys can see in my ticker below, I've actually projected Sony Michel's season, his statistics since coming over to the Rams. You can see I have Michel having close to 500, 600 yards total offense. Because that is exactly what we're looking at. Sony Michel is going to be used in the passing game. And Sony Michel is going to be used in the running game. Sony Michel is going to be great in short yardage situations. Sony Michel is going to be great at the goal line. And Sony Michel can block. So Sony Michel offers pretty much everything Cam Akers does, except honestly, he's a better blocker than Cam Akers. He's not as explosive. He did run like a 4.6 40 at the combine. But keep that in mind. They wanted to keep things very similar to how they wanted to run things if Cam Akers was healthy. And I think this is smart. And furthermore, because the NFL is against the compensatory picks, those, what's the word I'm looking for? Conditional compensatory picks. Now the Rams are only giving up a 6th rounder next year and a 4th rounder in 2023. That is pretty damn good, I'm not going to lie.